उनका इस्तकबाल करता हूँ, खुशामदीद कहता हूँ। आपकी आमद, आपकी तशरीफ और यकीन हमारे लिबास से इफ्तिखार एजाज़ है। हम आपके मशहूर और ममनून हैं। हज़रात जी को बहुत कम है, मुझे इजाज़त दे दें कि मैं कुछ कमेंट से अपनी रिमार्क्स दूँ। मैं इसके बाद अंग्रेज़ी ज़ुबान में तकरीर के लिए अज़ीज़ व्यास से क्लास 5 को आवाज़ दूँगा, ज़िम्मा दूँगा कि वो आएँ और अंग्रेज़ी ज़ुबान में अपनी स्पीच, इसका उन्वान है हिस्ट्री ऑफ उर्दू लैंग्वेज में वो तकरीर करेंगे अंग्रेज़ी ज़ुबान में। अज़ीज़ी व्यास से क्लास 5
Honorable Chief Guest, respected teachers and my dear people, I welcome you all with Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy and blessings of Allah be upon all of us. I would like to share my views about the history of Urdu language. Urdu or Hindustani language is one of the many languages spoken in Indian subcontinents. It belongs to the Indo-European family. It is the national language and lingua franca of Pakistan. It is also spoken in many regions of India, where it is one of the 22nd scheduled language and official language of 5 states. Based on Khariboli, dialect of Delhi and western Uttar Pradesh in the Indian subcontinent, Urdu developed under the influence of Persian, Arabic and Turkish over the course of almost 900 years. It began to take shape in what is now Uttar Pradesh, India during the Delhi Sultanate in 1206 and 1527 and continued to develop under the Mughal Empire in 1526 and 1858. Standard Urdu is mutually intelligible with Standard Hindi. Both languages share same Indic base and also similar in phonology and grammar that they appear to be one language. The combined population of Urdu and Hindi speakers is the 4th largest in the world. Mughals were of Mongol origin and inbred Turkish and Persian culture. After their arrival in the Indian subcontinent, they need to communicate with local inhabitants, led to use of Indic languages written in Persian alphabet, with some vocabulary written from Persian, Arabic as a source for technical and literary vocabulary. Urdu arose in the context situation which developed from invasions in the Indian subcontinent by Persian and Turkish dynasties from 11th century onward, first as Sultan Mahmud of the Ghazanvid Empire conquered Punjab early in the 11th century. Then when the Greeks invaded the northern India in 12th century and most decisively with the establishment of Delhi Sultanate. The official language of Greeks, Delhi Sultanate, the Mughal Empire and their successor states as well as cultural language of poetry and literature was Persian. While the language of religion was Arabic, most of the sultans and nobility in the Sultanate period were Turks from Central Asia who spoke Turkish as their mother tongue. Mughals were also Chagati Turks but later adopted the Persian. Persian became a lingua franca of the empire under the Akbar for various political and social factors due to its non-sectarian and fluid nature. However, the armies, preacher, merchant, Sufis and later the court also incorporated with the local people medieval Hindu literary vocabulary. Braj Bhasha. This new context soon incorporated with other dialects such as Haryanvi, Punjabi and in the 17th century Khariboli, the dialect of new capital at Delhi. By 1800s, Khariboli had become dominant. The language went by several names over the years: Hindavi or Hindi, language of India, Dehlavi of Delhi, Hindustani of Hindustan, and Zabane-Urdu, the language of army camp, which came the current name of Urdu over the years 1800. When Wali Muhammad Wali arrived in Delhi, he established Hindustani with a light smattering of Persian words, a register called Rekta for poetry previously. The language of poetry had been Persian. When the Delhi Sultanate expanded south to the Deccan Plateau, they carried their literary language with them. and it was influenced there by more southerly languages, producing the Dakhini dialects of Urdu. During this time, Hindustani was language of both Hindus and Muslims. The Kangal nature language lasted until it replaced Persian as an official language in 1837 and was made official along with English in British Raj. This triggered a Hindu backlash in northwestern India, which argued that the language should be written in native Devanagari scripts. Thus, Hindi replaced as the official language of Bihar in 1881, establishing a sectarian divide of Urdu for Muslims and Hindi for Hindus, a divide that was formalized with the division of India and Pakistan. After independence from British, though there are numerous of Hindu poets who continue to write in Urdu this day. Although there have been attempts to purge Urdu and Hindi, respectively, of their Sanskrit and Persian words, and new vocabulary draws primarily from Persian and Arabic for Urdu and Sanskrit for Hindi. This has primarily affected on academic and literary vocabulary. English has exerted a heavy influence on both as a official language. Thank you so much.